So good evening, everyone, and welcome to our webinar on IDFC FIRST Bank MBA Scholarship 2022-24. So we have with us Ms. Rachna Iyer, Head CSR at IDFC FIRST Bank. She's an impact specialist and social entrepreneur with over a decade of experience across different models of development. Welcome, Rachna ma'am, to this webinar.
Thank you so much, Shruti and Nipun and the rest of the Buddy for Study team for having me here.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining. And we are also joined by Mr. Nipun Grover, Program Lead at Buddy for Study, who will be taking this forward. So, Rachna ma'am, before we start, I'll just give a brief about the scholarship program to our users who have joined. So this scholarship program, as the name suggests, is particularly meant for those students who are currently pursuing MBA programs. Okay, and this is for the academic year 22-24. So the students who are currently in the first year of their second two-year MBA program, and they are starting their batch in the academic year 22-24 at selected MBA institutions, they are entitled to receive a scholarship amount of rupees 2 lakh for the 2 years of their MBA program. That means rupees 1 lakh per year. And the only criteria that they have to fulfill is they have to be enrolled in one of the selected MBA colleges that have been specified by the IDFC FIRST Bank. Also, the age of the candidates should be 35 years or younger than that. And their annual income, annual family income should be less than or equal to rupees 6 lakhs per annum. So this was the eligibility criteria. If any of the students who are fulfilling all these eligibility conditions for the scholarship program, they can apply for it and they can avail its benefits, provided they fulfill the selection criteria also. So moving ahead, Rachna ma'am, I would just like to ask you, like, what was the thought behind introducing this scholarship program and what compelled you to introduce such an initiative?
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
So hi, everybody. I'm Rachna here. And so at IDFC FIRST Bank, our CSR division is called First Impact. So alongside our business and how our business itself as a bank is creating financial inclusion in the country, because we lend to a lot of first-time borrowers, we have a strong rural banking presence. So apart from being a socially responsible business, by medium of our corporate social responsibility division, we do have work going on in education, livelihoods, health, and sanitation. Now, under education, the MBA flagship program is our, is a main program, and this program has been started by our MD and CEO, Mr. V. Vaidyanathan, a few years back when we were erstwhile Capital First. Now, what started off as a very small scale scholarship has now significantly grown. The reason we've selected MBA as a scholarship is because, as all of you would agree, I think, the future of India is the youth. A lot of us do pursue MBA so that we can join, the finance industry or any industry for that matter, but to help us have the business acumen to do so. So we believe that the scholarship's motive is, one, to bring high quality access to MBA education, and two, to reduce the financial and loan burden. So I'm sure most of you listening in on the call have taken loans to fund your MBA. MBA fees don't come easy. It is a lot of hard work and money that goes into even funding the MBA. So which is why we've said that instead of giving a full scholarship, because I understand a lot of other companies or institutions give full scholarship, but we want our impact footprint to be large and diverse. So right now we, this year alone, we have a target of 350 scholars. Now to get 350 scholars, we're partnered with Buddy for Study. And so I think the scholarship really looks at reducing the loan burden of our applicants who are selected, and also to help bridge this ecosystem. So at the bank, you will get to meet our MD CEO once you become a scholar. We will have a one-on-one interaction with him where you can ask him questions about what it's like to build a world-class bank, how it has been since the merger. We do provide support from time to time. If our scholars need any mentorship support, we, are happy to connect you to mentors at the bank. So I think we find our role not just as funders, but also people who are able to really leverage our ecosystem of employees, our ecosystem of leadership, and really see how we can provide that as a sounding board for the scholars in their 2-year journey. Shruti, you're on mute.
Shruti, you're on mute.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So there was some technical glitch, I guess. So thank you so much, Rachna ma'am, for enlightening us. So I would like to ask, this is the 5th year of this scholarship program, right? So how has been your overall experience with this program? Can you just
Sure.
share?
So till date, I think, if I'm not mistaken, about 179 scholars have been awarded across the country. We have people who apply, whose parents' profession is either they are farmers, they are, daily wage workers or auto rickshaw drivers, cab drivers, government employees, retired people from the armed forces. So the diversity has been great. And I think we have been able to penetrate into rural segments as well, which is where the glaring gap is, right? Because I think even when you're in a city, your access to infrastructure and institutions is much higher. So it has been a great experience. We also had organized a conclave on ground before the pandemic where all our scholars, I think 150 odd scholars came and met, Mr. Vaidyanathan and our CSR team and leadership, and could interact with him. So we've had the chance to meet our scholars one-on-one only once, and then the pandemic happened. So hopefully this coming year we can, plan an event on ground again. The experience has been great. We are seeing, we're noticing that a lot of these scholars move on to working in very well-reputed organizations. Some of them, I'm sure, even, are looking to start businesses. And when we see applications, we also notice that a lot of the youth also are interested to give back to community. So we have some people working in the agri division of, say, of a business, or they're interested to be a social entrepreneur. So yeah, I think it's been a great experience. And we've, as I said, we've had about 979 scholars we've supported till date.
Yeah. So as you've mentioned, like many of your scholars have begun their career journey, respective career journey. So would you like to give any advice or message to them?
Sure. I think for those of you listening in, I think the way the IDFC First Bank scholarship is different is that we don't only look at toppers. I think all of us are, academics is one thing, but to say that only toppers deserve scholarship is not something we agree with. So for us, I think the message is that irrespective of your academic background, as long as you have secured an MBA, MBA admission across the country, we have about 150 odd colleges that we've listed. So please check the list, see if your college is on the list. In case your college is not on the list, but you can confidently claim that it's a credible institute, please write to us and please reach out to Nipun's team, and we will consider if we can, add them or not. But otherwise, I think, we should be covering most of the colleges in the country, and we're not just limited to the IIMs or the IITs of the country. We definitely work with and we fund scholarships to, to smaller organizations as well.
Okay, ma'am. So my last question would be, like, how do you plan to take this scholarship program further in the future? Yeah.
Sure. So, as we speak, we are actually in the process of building a scholarship platform. We would really like it that in the future, if all our MBA scholars and alumni can come together on a platform, they can have peer-to-peer networking, they can support each other. We would want role models from our previous batch to come and address our current batch of scholars. So the way we see it growing is, of course, the number of scholarships is only going to grow. So as we grow as a bank, our budgets will just keep increasing. So what started off with 50 and 100 is now 350. So the growth is very steady. And we envision it as, it will take us another year or two to do this, but we really want to build a community of scholars and alumni where they can support each other, they can help each other with jobs if needed, and they can network and have each other, in solidarity for their career growth as well.
So thank you so much, Rachna ma'am. And as I can see, we have also been joined by Ms. Vidhi Singh, the CSR Manager at IDFC First Bank.
Vidhi is here.
Welcome, Vidhi.
Hi, thank you.
So would you like, as Rachna ma'am has already covered most of the things, would you like to add something to it?
No, I think Rachna has almost covered everything. So there's nothing else that I would like to add here.
Any message to the scholars previously that you have shared?
Yeah, that would be, so, you can always, so in case you feel that you are not the right fit for the scholarship, but of someone who is, so please do refer a scholarship so that we can actually reach out the ones who really need our support.
So thank you so much, Vidhi. Now, I would request Nipun to please take us through the application procedure of this scholarship so that the users who have joined us from Facebook, they can have an understanding how they can apply for the scholarship program.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you, Shruti. Thank you, Rachna, for joining us. And thank you, Vidhi, for joining us today. So I'll be sharing my screen so that I can show the application form and the procedure to our audience today. Shruti, is my screen visible?
Yes, your screen is
Thank
visible.
you. Thank you. So, it's just simple. You have to just type Buddy for Study and open the platform. And it's very simple to search for any scholarship program. You just have to click on the search bar and type IDFC, and you'll see this scholarship come up on the page. First important thing is only 7 days to go to apply for this scholarship. So our audience, I will request you to please apply for this. Already we are getting many applications from Pan India. So I would request everyone to apply the scholarship quickly. So once you click on that link, you will see the program details about the program, and all details are already mentioned here. Eligibility, like Shruti has already informed us the eligibility, so I will not talk more about that, but let me just show you the important information for this scholarship is the colleges which are eligible for this year. So to check the college list, you just have to click on this here that I have enrolled in this frequently asked question. The second question, that your college is listed out for this year's scholarship program or not, just click on this link and you can see the list of colleges who are eligible. So this year we have in total 118 colleges listed out. So you can just check if your college is in the list and then you can apply for the scholarship. So I'll take you all through the application form. Just scroll down and click on apply now button. First, you have to log in on your login ID with your login details. Click on start application. The first section of this application form is student personal details, where you have to fill out your personal information like name, mobile number, state, city, gender, annual income, and number of siblings. If it's 0 or 2, so you can select that. Right? These all information you have to enter your Aadhaar card details, Aadhaar number, and permanent address. Ensure that we are like your address is a proper address you are filling out in this section. Once you'll fill out all these information, please click on save and continue button. Ensure that once you'll click on save and continue, this green tick and complete signal should be visible to you. It means that you have clearly filled out all the details. Then select your class, which would be post graduation, because this scholarship is for post graduation program. You can see only 3 degrees are available in the drop down section, which means that only these 3 courses are the students who are pursuing these 3 courses are eligible for this scholarship. So in case you are pursuing PGDM, please select PGDM. Course duration would be 2 years. Your current academic year and academic semester you have to mention, and ideally it should be first academic year and first semester, because students who are those are eligible because they are pursuing first year of their post graduation program. Select your state, district, and fill out your institute name. Right? Total fees. What is your total fees for the course? You have to mention that. Passing year, which would be 24. Then click on save button. You have to fill your graduation details as well. So your degree, state, district, name of the institute, and passing year of your graduation. Plus your CGPA, how much you have scored. If it's like, let's say 9 out of 10, so you have to select, enter 9 and save. Once you'll fill out the education details, there will be a section of family members. So you have to enter minimum 2 family members details, right? So it's very simple section. You just have to enter their name, mobile, PAN number, annual income, your relation with that person, father, mother, or a guardian, and occupation of your father or mother. Correct? Once you'll fill out all these details, now we have the document section. So all these documents are mandatory to be uploaded on to proceed further for the scholarship. So document of any other, this is non-mandatory document. In case you got any other scholarship for pursuing this MBA course, so you can upload that scholarship document. If not, it's the non-mandatory document, you can ignore that. Then the next document is death certificate. This is applicable in case death of any family member due to COVID in last 2-3 years. So if you can upload that document. All other documents are mandatory, like passport size photograph, latest college fee receipt, identity card like Aadhaar card, voter ID, driving license, graduation mark sheet. Please combine all your mark sheets and upload one PDF. And we have to ensure that PDF or JPG format, these two formats are acceptable, but the file size should not exceed 1 MB. So please merge your all the mark sheets and upload the mark sheet on this section. Then admission letter in the college, education loan section, sanction letter in case you have taken any loan, right? And family income proof. This is a mandatory document. Salary slip, ITR form 16, income certificate from Tehsildar or magistrate of that particular state or district. You have to upload those documents. Then there are few questions which are mandatory to be answered to proceed further for this scholarship. You can just check out all these questions here, the more about yourself section. Like this scholarship is for Indian nationals only, so you have to select, are you an Indian national? If yes, please select yes. Number of siblings currently pursuing studies, right? Those who are pursuing studies may be elder than you or younger than you, so you have to select the number of siblings pursuing studies. Why do you need this scholarship? Please answer it in brief, because this will, all these answers will be, we will be evaluating at the time of final selection. So your career aspirations, do you have prior work experience? If yes, how many years of experience you have? Have you been awarded for any other scholarship? Please select yes. If applicable, then please mention the name of the scholarship. Amount of the scholarship if awarded. If you have any, if you are a specially able child, so you have to select, do you have any disability? Please select yes and the appropriate options further. So these all answers to, and this is an important question. Like first I'll tell you about this. How did you get to know about this scholarship, right? So you have to select an appropriate answer. If it's a word of mouth from a previous scholar or the applicant, and or from Buddy for Study, or in case you have came across about this scholarship from IDFC FIRST Bank website, so please select the appropriate option accordingly. And do you authorize IDFC FIRST Bank to call, SMS, and email you irrespective of this promotional activity? If you say yes, you give us right to contact you. If you don't want to wish to say yes, you can select no as well. Correct? Please understand the terms and condition. You can just watch out the terms and condition after clicking on this section. And before submitting the profile completely, I would request you to please review it once and then submit the profile.
Yes, thank you so much, Nipun. It is very important for all the students to make sure that they have entered the correct information in the application form. This is why the preview section has been given in the application form. You can just have a look at what you have filled and cross-check everything and then finally submit the application form. As once you submit the application form, you cannot make any changes in the application. So be very careful about it. So thank you so much, Nipun, for taking us through the application process. So a few queries that we have received from our users. I will be taking them one by one. So one query that most of the students ask, like, I have already received a scholarship, so can I apply for this scholarship? So is this applicable for IDFC
Yeah.
First Bank?
So I'll just comment on that.
Sure.
See, we have limited seats. So if you've got 100% scholarship somewhere else, we would suggest that you don't apply for this. However, if you hit all the criteria and your annual income is low and the other scholarship you received is not a significant amount, we are okay with you applying, but just be honest and share with us which is that scholarship, because I think there is a category in the form where they can call out.
Yes.
So please just share that transparently and we will assess it. We're not at all saying that, we won't accept it, but if it's 100% scholarship, then, I request that you don't apply, since, somebody else who also needs it, who may not have some other scholarship, can get the seat.
All right. And one more query that most of the students ask is that when they get, since this is the scholarship for the first year, for the second year, if they want to get the scholarship for the second year, is there any eligibility criteria that they need to fulfill? What are the steps that they need to fulfill to get the scholarship for the second year?
So once you apply and get the scholarship, you are guaranteed the scholarship for 2 years. So it's 1 lakh per year. However, from a documentation need, once year 1 is completed, our team will be reviewing your mark sheets and all of that, basis which we will disburse the second tranche directly to the college. So just one, disclaimer is that we don't, award the scholarship directly to the student. We, we send the scholarship grant to the colleges that you're studying at. So definitely you are eligible. And once you apply, you automatically qualify for year 1 and year 2 if you're selected.
Okay. There's another question that what are the documents that their students are asking, what are the essential documents that they need to have in advance while applying for the scholarship? I think Rachna, if you want to answer them, otherwise
Vidhi could actually, Vidhi, would you like to take this, please?
Sure. So the documents, so basically first you will need your, financial documents, which basically talks about your family income, just to assess your family income. Other documents such as your college admission details, your fee receipt, etc. And apart from that, the whole detailed list of documents is something that we have already uploaded on our website. You could just go and check there, but if you study, we will also be able to help you with the detailed list of documents.
All right. Thank you so much, Vidhi. There was another question, like how will the students get the scholarship amount? Will they get it directly onto their accounts, or will the amount will be transferred to the college's account? So there's a question that they ask.
Yeah. So the amount is directly transferred to the college account, and the college will then, settle the scholarship amount with the fee that they have to be paid.
So in that case, while applying for the scholarship, the students should make sure that they enter the bank account detail of their respective colleges, so that the amount just gets transferred into their college's bank account. So this is an important thing that all the students who are applying for this scholarship should take note of. While you are entering the bank account details, you don't have to enter your own details. You have to enter the bank account details of your respective colleges. So that
I would like to inform one thing here, that we are not taking bank account details as of now in the application.
All right.
In case we will take the bank account details at a later stage.
Okay, when selected, right?
Exactly. Yes. Once they're selected, we will take the college account and SPOC details.
Understood. So that makes pretty much clear. So thank you so much, Rachna and Vidhi, for joining us, for taking out time for this webinar. And let's see how it turns out for this year. Okay.
Sure. Thank you all for listening in.
Anything else you guys want to add?
No, I think just encouraging everybody to apply soon. The sooner you apply, I think it's just good if your applications start coming in quickly. And any questions you have, I'm sure the Buddy for Study team here is very resourceful and supportive, and we're all here to support you. So do apply, and all the best.
Yeah, so on part of the questions, we do have our helpline numbers also, helpline number and helpline email, through which you can contact us if you come across any query while applying for the scholarship. The contact details are mentioned on the brand page also. I can read it out for all of your convenience. The number that on which you can call is 011-430-92248 with extension 124. And the email at which you can write us is IDFC FIRST Bank CSR @buddyforstudy.com. So you can get this details on our brand page as well, on the page official website. So you can go to the page and check every detail regarding this scholarship program and apply for it as soon as possible. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Rachna ma'am. Thank you, Vidhi, for joining.
Thank you so much, Nipun and Shruti.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.